My name is Greg Ward. How many of you have been working with us before in a focus group? And the purpose of today's discussion is to get your honest and real feedback on cases that we are involved with. These are real cases with real people. Sometimes we're asked questions by an insurance company or by defense counsel, and so we may present those questions to you. Some of these are things that we have questions about in our own cases. But all of these are real cases. If for some reason, at some point in the future, you get called for jury duty and you see this is a case, you got to let the judge know that, okay? We don't want any of you guys to ever be stuck on a jury with one of the cases you've already looked at, okay? We want your honest feedback. I tend to represent people who've been injured in car accidents, but I've also represented the defense, defending against people who are suing people because they were injured in a car accident. So I want you to give me your honest opinion. I want you to be direct. I want you to be sincere. I want you to think about it, but give me what you're really thinking. Don't hold back anything. Don't worry about hurting anyone's feelings. We're all professionals here. What I do ask is if you discuss things amongst yourselves that you're respectful to each other. You know, every idea, people can have different opinions about ideas. That doesn't mean the other person is dumb or uneducated or anything like that. So keep the comments respectful, but honest and open. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask. If something doesn't make sense, make sure you ask. If we get to a period for questions and you're not understanding something, feel free to throw your hand up. There are microphones on the table. We are recording this so we can go back and listen to the answers. So if you ask a question, make sure you grab a microphone. I'll put this one here. We'll have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. So just make sure you can turn them on right now. They're just with the switch up, push it up so they're on. You can take them out of the holders too. They don't need to be there. They're just there to so you know where they are. We have bathrooms. We can take a bathroom break, but we'll try and do bathroom breaks every hour and a half or so. But if you have to get up and go, you can. But I ask you to try and avoid it if we're close to a bathroom break. There are no right or wrong answers, as we already talked about. And you're not here to make anybody feel good. You're here to give your opinion and let us know what you're really thinking. What's discussed here should stay in the room. We ask you don't go and talk about this outside of this room. As I said, these are real cases, and there may be somebody who you come in contact with who may be involved in the case, and you don't even know that. So we just ask you to keep it confidential. Say what you actually think. Don't say what you think we want to hear. Negative feedback is extremely useful. We're really looking for honest opinions, and if there's anything you think is wrong or doesn't make sense, say that. We really want your guys' feedback. I don't want you guys to just say, well, like, for example, my colleague Marlon White will be presenting on the first case. I really like Marlon. I'm not going to tell him that his fly is down. I'm not going to tell him what I really think about the case he presents. Now, he's going to present both sides of the case. So you hear one side from him and then the other side. So you're going to hear about that from him. So understand, you can say whatever you want to say on either side. It will not hurt his feelings. If you don't believe something, say it. Okay? Please don't use your phones to do outside research. Don't Google stuff. Don't do those other things right now. We'll be here for a few hours. Hopefully you can keep the phones off for a few hours. If you have an emergency, please, you can step outside, but I ask you to get back as quickly as you can. But don't do any outside research. Don't Google anything. Don't ask any questions to your ChatGPT or anything like that. Don't look up anything during the session. Don't research any of the people. We want your reaction based only on what's presented here today. Could you silence your phones, though? I do ask you to silence your phones. Put it on silent vibrate if you could, please. My job as the moderator. We're going to have presentations. I may jump in and ask some questions. If you say something that I'm interested in, I may say, hey, could you tell me a little bit more about that? So I will ask questions. I may interrupt. Just go with the flow. It's my job to keep the discussion going. It's my job to maybe ask you a question if I was unclear about something you said. So don't feel like if I'm saying something, it's wrong or right. I just want to know a little bit more, and I love to talk with all of you folks. Okay, last point, most important point. Because these are real cases with real people, I want you guys to not think you're a lawyer. We're not advocates, right? I want you to be a normal person with a normal job who lives your life normally. We want your opinion, not somebody who's going to be on TV who's arguing like a lawyer, but somebody who just states what your opinion is. So you don't need to try and make it sound special or smart or gussy it up, whatever it is. Just say the way you feel, and and we may ask you what facts you are looking at for that, and that's all fine. But I want you to try and be as unlike me as possible, because I've been years trained as a lawyer, and I try not to sound like a lawyer most of the time, because it just confuses things. I don't want you to worry about what you say. Just say from your heart. Just talk from your heart. Whatever you're thinking or feeling, that's what I want to hear about, okay? So don't ever try and do a lawyer analysis. Just do what you really think, because you guys would be the equivalent of a juror in our system, and that's what we ask jurors to do every day, is evaluate what a normal person would think about a case, right? I know we're all special in our own way, but really when we come together, we're all just a group of normal people looking at things. So with that, I know Marlon is ready to go, right, Marlon? You ready? Do we have anything? Do you need the screens up for anything, or are you good? Are we good with the screens now? Is the internet good? There we go. Brutal honesty. I like that. All right. So thank you again for your participation. Really look forward to hearing more from all of you, and I appreciate just try and pay attention, and if you need to take a break, just, you can step out real quick, but we will take periodic breaks, okay? Thank you guys again.